Good morning, students. This class is addressed to the students of Law Department, second semester. As I have shown you in my previous lecture that we have learned what are the basic sounds of English, right? And I have also promised you in my previous lecture that in my next lecture we will be studying what vowel sounds are. So, in the basic sounds of English, we have learned that, or we already know that there are 26 letters in our alphabet. 5 letters are 5 vowels. So understood that the vowel sounds. So today in my lecture, vowel sounds are. So what are vowel sounds? Vowel sounds are, or vowels are continuous sounds. Okay. The airstream expelled from the lungs acquires a distinct quality, but at no point does it meet any obstruction. So in phonetic terms, a speech sound during the production of which there is in the pharynx and in the mouth no obstruction or no narrowing of a degree that would cause any audible friction is called a vowel sound. So during the production of vowel sounds, there are no friction or no obstruction in the air passage. So in this slide, you can see that there are few vowel sounds like long vowels, short vowels, and what are the differences between them. How we pronounce long vowels, which we stretch while pronouncing, and how we pronounce short vowels, like we pronounce it in a very short method. Okay, now a very important part which tongue plays in production of vowel sounds. So tongue plays a very vital role in producing these vowel sounds. What is tongue? You already know. Tongue is a highly flexible organ and is capable of positioning itself to various degrees of height. We can move our tongue, right? A part of our tongue is fixed and the tip of the tongue we can move. So by the movement of the tongue, the vowel sounds are helped to produce. So it is in the nature of the vowels that they are voiced. In the previous lecture, we learned that all English sounds or all vowels in English are oral and voiced. I suppose you remember what oral and voiced mean, like how oral and voiced sounds are produced, right? So what differentiates a vowel sound from another vowel sound? I mean to say, how is the pronunciation of one vowel sound different from another vowel sound? This difference in pronunciation is created by the position of the tongue and the shape of the lips and the channel through which the air passes after leaving the larynx. So there are three conditions on which the vowel sounds differ. So what are the three conditions? What I told you? Number one is the position of the tongue. Number two is the shape of the lips. And number three is the channel through which the air passes after leaving the larynx. But we already know that all vowel sounds are oral. So we may ignore the channel part. There is no chances of being nasal sound. All the vowels are oral sounds. So this one is constant. This won't change. So the other two criteria. What are the other two criteria? The position of the tongue and the shape of the lips. We can concentrate on this two criteria, okay, which are responsible for production of the vowel sounds. Like, for example, you can see or you can notice the word least, L-E-A-S-T. Okay, what is happening while pronouncing this least word? While pronouncing this word, the tongue is raising up and the lips are spread. Okay, so you can understand what tongue and lips are playing. Similarly, when we are trying to pronounce loose, L-O-O-S-E, what is happening while pronouncing loose? The tongue is raised at the back and the lips are rounded. So the conditions are changing. See, the position of the tongue is changing as well as the shape of the lips are also changing. So depending upon the position of the tongue and the shape of the lip, the pronunciation of the vowel sounds differ. Like one more example, in the word last, L-A-S-T, what is happening? You can pronounce it and see like what is happening. Tongue is lowered and the lips are somewhat rounded, isn't it? So vowels that are produced when the tongue is high, you can see it on the picture or on your slide, that vowels that are produced when the tongue is high are called closed vowels. See, there is a closed position. And if the tip of the tongue is lowered and the vowels are produced, then they are called open position. You can see in the below of that picture, one is open and at the above you can see the closed position. So see, wait a minute, yes. You can see the closed position. In this closed position, it is the tip of the tongue, okay? And in the open position, it is also the tip of the tongue. And the other end is the back of the tongue, which is fixed. The back of the tongue is not moving, only the tip of the tongue is moving. Now, in between these two positions, that is the closed and the open position, comes two other positions. You can see mid, right? There are two lines, one above mid and one below mid. The line which is meeting below mid, it is the position of half open. And the line which is above mid, it is the position of half closed. So in total, there are 4 positions. If you begin from the below, if the tongue is lowered completely, then the first position is the opened position. Just below or just above the open position comes the half open position. If the tongue is raised a little bit more, then after the half open position comes the half closed position. In this half closed position, little space is still remaining for the air to go out. See, but if the tip of the tongue touches the upper surface of your mouth, the air passage is completely closing. There is no space left for the air to go out. That position is called the closed position. Understood the positions of the tongue? I can repeat it once more. Like if you define the position of the tongue, in total there are 4 positions based on height. Okay. At the extreme below comes the open position. Then above it or above the open position comes the half open position, where the tongue is getting a lot of space or where the air is getting a lot of space to come out. Then if the tongue is lifted above the half open position, then it is the half closed position. Then only a little space is left for the air to go out. And then finally comes the closed position, where the tip of the tongue comes in contact with the upper surface of the mouth, leaving no space or leaving no gap for the air to flow out. Now, 3 more things. You can see in the above of the picture, there are 3 words like front, central, and back. Those are the positions of the tongue. Okay, but this is not dependent upon the height. This is dependent on the position. When the tongue is pushed forward, then it is called, if the tongue is pushed forward and some vowel is produced, then those vowels are called front vowels. Vowels like long E, you can see. There you can see one I and one is to sign beside the I. That symbolizes long E, where the E should be pronounced in a stretched way. Okay. And you can see one more thing that, or you should remember one more thing, that the phonemes or the symbols should be put in between slashes. Okay. So long E in between slashes, like for example, words like cream, C-R-E-A-M, cream. Then examples like seen, S-E-E-N, seen. These are the examples of front vowels. Now, if the tongue is in a central position, then the vowels which are produced in this condition are called central vowels. For example, burn, B-U-R-N, burn, firm, F-I-R-M, firm. Now comes the last position, which is the back vowel. Now, obviously, if you have understood front vowel and central vowel, you can guess what can be the back vowel. When the tongue is pushed backwards, then those are called back vowels. Example, long oo, like boot, B-O-O-T, boot, glue, G-L-U-E, glue. These are examples of back vowels. Okay. This is to sign beside the phonemes indicate that you have to pronounce it in a stretched manner. Now, what monophthongs and what diphthongs are? When a vowel is joined with another vowel, they become a diphthong. As you can see it in the slide, there is one vowel A and another vowel E. Like in say, then 5, I, A-I, there are two vowels. Okay, here what is happening? One vowel sound is gliding into another, then it is becoming a diphthong. Okay, now there are two types of diphthongs. One is the falling diphthong and the another is the rising diphthong. Okay, in the falling diphthong, the first element or the first vowel is getting more importance, or the first vowel is more prominent than the latter one. And in the rising diphthong, the second element is more prominent than the first one. English diphthongs are mostly the falling ones. So diphthongs are vowel sounds that begin as one sound and then it changes into another. A vowel that does not change its quality is called a monophthong, and one that changes its quality is called a diphthong. So diphthongs are also referred as gliding vowels, and monophthongs are also referred as pure vowels. So I suppose you have understood up to this. This is all about vowel sounds, and today we dealt with the details of the vowel sounds, and tomorrow we will be dealing with consonant sounds. Thank you.